Hi, welcome to my art studio. This is just a quick video to talk about my latest creative projects, which is, well, I can't say latest. It's actually launching my 3D printing shop on Etsy. And I've had these three 3D printers, which that one just failed on me this morning, so I got to do a new print on it. But anyway, I've had these three for a while, and I couldn't figure out what I wanted to actually make for sale. I kept printing a lot of things for myself, for friends. Here and there I did paid projects. But when it came to something that I really wanted to print and sell, I wanted it to be something I was interested in, something I could get behind, something I could have fun with. And plus, my skills with 3D modeling are still developing, let me put it that way. I used to actually teach Lightwave 3D, which is the program I use, at Full Sail University in Winter Park, Florida, years ago, for about 3 years, but it was a very basic Lightwave 101 for video production, because that program was used for Sequest and Star Trek and Babylon 5 and a lot of other things. It's mainly made for CGI, for films and television. But since I already know it, I've been diving harder into it and learning how to 3D model. And this is the first product I've launched in my Etsy shop, the little bookcase, the little display shelf. And what started that, what got me into that, was this. The Harry Potter Miniverse sets. This is the potion set, but they just released a Honeydew Sweet Shop set, which is what this one is. And I started, when I got potions, I started playing around with design ideas for displays for it. Sort of hit a snag in my modeling skills on it, and then when they said they were releasing Honeydukes, I decided, now that one I could do. So I did it. This bookcase I launched a couple days ago. I've actually already sold 7 of them, so thank you guys for ordering them. Ignore my messy studio. I've got to reconfigure things here in a little bit. But I've had these 3 printers for a while. You can see this one's been busy printing bookcases now for 2 days. I've got several of them done. I've got more to go. This one is going to be starting printing soon. This was my first printer, which is the smallest of the 3. And I'm going to print some black versions of some of the things I have selling, which I haven't started yet. Let me swing around to the other side. Like I said, ignore the messy studio. I've got to reconfigure things. Last week I picked up these 2 additional printers. Another Creality CR6 SE, like the 2 I have on the shelf. And this big boy, which I'm naming Jane. If you get it, you get it. Which is a Creality CR10S Pro version 2. And for the past like 2-3 weeks, I've been printing different pieces of it. This is one of the bookcases done and ready to go printing. But I'm designing additional components for the set that are still printing. And like this one. I did a floor section here that, come back here, trying to show off. I did a floor section here that's going to be interconnected. You can connect them together to form different configurations. These are 7x7, which is the same size that the Harry Potter Potions classroom was that Miniverse released. So I'm going off of that. And you're going to be able to connect them. I haven't printed walls yet, but I'm going to have walls that will be able to do the same thing, so you can set them in different configurations. The bookcase, like I said, is already on Etsy. This is a display case. Whoops. A display case I've been working on that after I printed the floor, I realized this one was too big. So I scaled it down, and this print failed on me this morning. So I'm going to have to restart it here in a minute, but it's going to be much smaller, as you can see, which will scale better with the set. You can tell it, this is the original way I designed it, and then I made it smaller. So I think it will fit, it even fits inside it. It will fit the set much better when it actually prints properly, which I got to reprint it here in a little bit. And I also have a display window piece, come here, that I've been working on. Ignore the silver part, that was a test print. The teal one is printing over there right now. and the lids lift off. My thought was you could drill holes down here and put an LED kit inside and then close the lid. So you could have the battery holder in the top here and then close it off. And I'm going to do that as a project for myself and probably do a video on it so that if somebody else buys a set and wants to do that, you'll be able to do that. And the bottom also lifts off, the idea for storage, because you end up with a lot of pieces, parts of a Miniverse set that you don't necessarily want to display, but you don't want to throw away either. So I thought this would give you a good place to store. This also lifts off so you can for storage. So you can change out your displays as you want to, or edit it over time, do different things. And these final pieces are printing of that one. You can see I've got a lot of pieces, parts printing over here. And actually these two printers, along with at least one, if not two of my older ones, are going to be moving to the room across the hall that was going to be my library and sci-fi collectibles room, which probably still will be at some point, but one side of it is also going to be my 3D printer farm now, because as you can see, I've got a lot of electronics in this art studio, and I tricked the breaker once so far. So I don't want to do that again. So I'm going to divide it up. Since the room across the hall is on a separate breaker, I'm going to move, that one's going to become my print farm, and at least one, if not two of the printers is going to stay in here for my prototyping and testing everything that I can then put in production on the other side. So this is the very, very beginnings of my little print farm. And yeah, I also have a PC. That laptop is going to be moving into the other room too, so I can use it for slicing. And these three, I'm thinking about keeping these two, this one, and moving this one over to the print farm area. And eventually, I'll probably be adding additional printers. I run all Creality printers right now. I'm looking at the Creality CR5 or Ender 5 Max that they're just getting ready to release. That would be an even bigger printer. I could probably print all of these pieces for this set in one, maybe two print runs on it, whereas you can see this is barely fits on my bed. So it has to print, I have to print one piece at a time. I'm also looking at a color printer. There are new color high that I might add in the future, though right now I don't have a big use for multicolor printing. I might at some point. So anyway, that's just what's going on creatively around here. This one I put together to film a video. I'll link the video below that I just showed it off on. And those are some of my Honeyduke sets I put together to display in it, to show it off. So I created this originally for me, posted it in a Miniverse Facebook group, and everybody went crazy, wanted to know when they could buy them, and da-da-da-da. And I'm like, oh, okay, maybe I'll do that. So actually, once the Honeyduke set is done and everything is listed for sale, I am planning to do additional Miniverse display sets and options. If there is something that you think of that you would love to see for one of the Miniverse sets, I personally am only collecting the Harry Potter sets, but there are so many cute, adorable sets for it. I do have an idea for a diner set. I do have an idea to do Umbridge's office next. And I do want to go back to my original idea for the potions classroom, even though Miniverse released their own display set for it. I'm planning on doing some add-ons to that set and maybe do a standalone set alternative. I haven't decided that yet. But anyway, if you're interested in following along with this adventure, because 3D printing is definitely an adventure, it's part science, part art, and part frustration. It's usually what I say to people. I mean, this printer yesterday, I had to change the power switch on because it died on me completely. This one I just had to replace the motherboard on because its SD card reader died. You know, there's a lot of maintenance, and I always figure my dad, who was a technician for AT&T for 45 years, would have loved to have done this if he was still alive. But I figure when I had this printer apart yesterday, I could think Dad would be over my shoulder right now, smiling at me that I'm actually doing this kind of thing, because he wanted me to work for AT&T at one point and learn that kind of stuff, and I never did. So, you know. But anyway, so this is my adventures in setting up a print farm, trying to get it running, trying to keep it running, and trying to make a profit. So I'm going to document some of that here on the channel. This is my general art channel. I don't have a separate channel for 3D printing right now. I might at some point. I have so many channels for my different online shops and stuff. I really don't want to get into another one. So I'm probably going to keep it all here. So if anyone has any questions, I'll be happy to answer them. As in, my experience right now is with Creality printers. I've never used Bamboo or any of the others. I know I have people telling me you should get a Bamboo Labs printer. It's like, I know my Crealities. I mean, I love the CR6 SEs. I got these two off of their Kickstarter campaign. And if they still had the CR6s, I would buy more of them in a heartbeat. I love this printer. It is a workhorse. Even if I don't, I could go months without printing anything on one of them, start it up, do an auto level. It printed perfectly every single time. So these are my favorite printers right now. The CR10 gave me so many problems trying to get it set up. I'm trying not to show too much of my messy art studio. But I finally got it set up last night. You can see it's printing pretty well. I don't even have any stringing, it looks like, so it's printing really well. So it's hopefully going to be one of my workhorses too, because the print bed is so much bigger. On my other printer, I would have had to print these one at a time. Here I can print them together, and I could have gotten more parts of the set on the bed, but right now I only needed these two to complete the display set so I can take some pictures and videos and actually list them. So anyway, that's what's going on here. I want to thank everybody who has ordered the bookcases. Some of them will be shipping out tomorrow. Some of them will probably be shipping out Tuesday, just because of the length of time it takes to print them. This guy takes, the bookcase takes, how long does it take? It's still got 5 hours and 57 minutes to go, and it's been going for 19 hours. So yeah, they take a while. They're not speed demons. That's one of the reasons I'm hoping to add to my print farm later, because some of the newer printers are much faster. So I'm looking forward to that at some point. But right now, I got to get my profit going. So check out my channel. Check out my Etsy store. I'd appreciate, I'm really trying to get to 1,000 subscribers, so that YouTube will take notice of me a little bit more and show my videos more. I'm going to try to get more consistent videos going. So yeah, that's, I guess, everything I wanted to say. Have a great day, and hope to see you later. If you have any comments or suggestions, please post them below. I'll be happy to, or questions, I'll be happy to answer them. Have a wonderful day.